But yeah, let's get into it here. We got the first NFL game we'll break down here. 49ers at the Browns. Total here at 34.5. Be in mind, I did put in a bunch of these headline banners here a couple hours ago. So if the lines moved, the lines moved. But I'm on the 49ers here. You guys can see it was a nice showing last week, obviously, from Shador. But I think even with the 49ers being banged up on defense, I still think this will be a head and shoulders better defense than what he got to see against the Raiders. Purdy didn't play well last week, 3 interceptions. I feel like in this spot, against the rookie here, he's going to want to show out and play well. Can't give up 10 sacks there like the Browns had last week, but this is the 49ers for me all day. They control this game. Short passing, get the ball out quick. Again, you don't want to give sacks up here to Myles Garrett. And then when they get the lead, they'll run it there with McCaffrey and ice this game out. I like the 49ers minus 5.5. On to the next one here. We got the Jaguars and the Titans. Just been calling Trevor Lawrence look like Tarzan, play like Jane, the poster boy of it. Hasn't had too bad of a season here. I'll give him his credit. Last week was a big-time win there. Kind of fluky if you look at these. If you look at the box score, if you watch that game, to the Jaguars' credit, they had a bunch of long drives, 12, 14 play drives, about 3 or 4 of them in that game. And then obviously Chargers were playing from behind the whole entire way. A couple bad picks. Just that one got away from the Chargers real quick. And I don't know. I feel like the Titans have actually been playing pretty good ball themselves. This is a divisional matchup. Obviously, Titans really have nothing to play for, but their defense is starting to get healthy. Jeffrey Simmons came back in the game last week there. Backdoor covered as well against the Seahawks. I remember being on the Seahawks. That was an ugly one. I'm on the Titans here, plus the 5.5. I do think they can keep this close. I like this one kind of to be low scoring as well. An under 41.5, I'm not mad at. I want the points there if it's going to be a low scoring game. All right. We're on to the next one here. Texans and Colts. Colts laying to 3 still here. Total 44.5. Obviously, Texans were dealing with their own quarterback's situation here. I'm making this one off the fact that Jones isn't looking good. I've seen some practice film. He could be playing a little, games here or shenanigans, but the fractured fibula is to be able to try to tough that out is a little sketch. And I know Houston's going to have their ears pinned back. Will Anderson and the rest of that crew up front for the Texans. Give me the +3, if not an outright victory in this divisional matchup. I've been calling the Colts fool's gold all year long. I think it's starting to come, true here. And then again, just the Daniel Jones injury. We're on here to the Saints and the Dolphins. Total here is 41.5. Dolphins laying 5.5. This one actually I could see being a little bit of a shootout here. I like the over, obviously. Shaw I expect to open up a little bit. There'll be, a guy like Devin Neal out the backfield. Kamara is not going to play here. But at the end of the day, I still think maybe I would back the Dolphins. I just don't want to lay this minus 5.5. This might be a parlay piecer or just if you want to touch it over, this is to me an over, no doubt about it. I see Tua in this offense. Devon A-Chain having a big day. We'll get to him later on. But yeah, the Dolphins here, I don't know. The over 41.5 to me is a lot better. I like plenty of offense here in this one. And a pretty smooth weather for November here in Miami. On to the next game, the opposite. We got a bad weather game here. I'm seeing 18-mile-per-hour winds, about a 65% chance of rain or expected rain here. Total at 39.5. So that total tells me all you need to know. Jets can play a little bit of defense as well. That Broncos game out there overseas comes to mind. They can play some defense when needed. And going against the Falcons with another kind of defensive-minded coach here, Raheem Morris. Don't know what you're going to get out of Kirk. Don't know what you're going to get out of Tyrod Taylor either. Yes, that's why I'm on the other 39.5. Again, the weather plays into this one as well. A lot of running the ball and a lot of 3-and-outs. That's what I see here in this one. Kicking game as well. Long drives with missed field goals. Give me the under 39.5 in that one. We got the Rams and Panthers here in this one. And Panthers really off a bad showing there on Monday night. had plenty of opportunities to win that game against the 49ers. And this one, I'll be short with it. I think it's Rams all day, -10. I think they can even name their score in this one. Not a believer in Bryce Young. I think Stafford's going to go out there and put a clinic. And Rams kind of have a nice little soft schedule for a little bit. And then they got a couple. I think they actually do have a nice little this might be a look ahead, actually. They have a nice opponent next week. But they got to win every game they can, actually. They're third in the NFC West. If I was not, it's the 49ers that we get into next. But it's a tight NFC West. They got to win every game. That one's going to come down probably to the final game of the season. Give me the Rams here, big, -10. Don't be scared to lay it. Next game here, we got the Cardinals and the Buccaneers. Baker, shoulder problems here. It's not the throwing shoulder, it's his left shoulder. But I don't know. To me, it's already writing on the wall. I like what Jacoby Brissett's been doing here with the Cardinals. 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, playing solid ball, playing for a starting job, in my opinion. I'm on the Cardinals here, plus the 3.5. I just don't know what you're going to get out of Baker at the end of the day here. Give me the Cardinals on that one. All right, next game, we got the Vikings and the Seahawks. Brosmer is supposed to be the starting quarterback here for Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy is still going to be out, or is going to be out for this one. What do you call it? Seahawks just still playing good ball. I know they didn't cover that big number last week, let a backdoor, but I think they get a bigger lead here against Minnesota, against this virtually unknown here coming in. I think he's had a couple starts, or at least I've seen him in the preseason. This Brosmer kid, yeah. Seahawks all day here, -11.5. Also, a little bit of a revenge spot for Darnold. Gets to rub it in a little. Give me the Seahawks -11.5. On to the next one. We got the Chargers and the Raiders. This one here, I like the Chargers -9.5. This is a bounce back spot for sure for the Chargers. Again, just got absolutely out time of possession last week against the Jaguars. I look for them to do that now here against the Raiders and eke out some long drives. You know Harbaugh's going to want to run the ball, get Justin Herbert back on track. He hasn't played that well recently. This is a bounce back, get right spot here for the Chargers. I'll lay it here, -9.5 against the Raiders. And then probably the game of the day, I would say, here with the Bills and Steelers. Looking like Aaron is going to try to play in this one. I don't think it matters. I'm on the Bills here, -3. Would like to see some defense played here in Buffalo. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I think it doesn't matter. I still think if this one turns into a shootout, I'd rather be on the Josh Allen side than the Aaron Rodgers side at almost 40 years old or whatever he is. But yes, I will take the Bills here, -3 against the Steelers. And if Rudolph does play, again, I'll still take Josh Allen and this Buffalo Bills offense. Look for James Cook to have a big day and them get this run game going, open everything else up. And then here, the Sunday nighter, what do you got here? Broncos -5.5. Just be sure with this one. I don't like Mariota in this spot here. Broncos just kind of riding high. This was I was trying to get into there here. A couple easy games they have back-to-back. I think they played the Jets as well or somebody else. I'll look real quick. It was an easy spot here for the Broncos. You hope they don't get a little lackadaisical. 9-2. I know they're welcoming back Surtain as well. Broncos are playing 1 second. Yeah, they play the Raiders again next week, so it was a tough matchup, divisional, but I still think this isn't a look-ahead spot against the Commanders. I think they just handle business. 9 straight. Yeah, I think it's Broncos all day here. I'll lay it's up to 6.5 now as I'm looking at it. So it tells you all you need to know.